Okay, good morning. Today we are starting our next objective. I forgot to pass out the sheets. So if you need a sheet, come on up to me. We are working on CO21. I can identify prime and composite numbers. You don't have that one. So prime and composite numbers. Anybody have a guess as to what those keywords mean? Oh, I hear other conversations. Do we know what prime and composite mean? We are going to learn something new today. A prime number is a number whose only factor So its only factors are itself and 1. The number 1 is not a prime number. It only has one factor. So a prime number has two factors to it, itself and 1. Because any number times by 1 is going to be itself. So prime number means that we can't break it down into anything else. So 2 is a prime number. 2 times 1 is the only way we can get to 2. Would 3 be a prime number? What do we multiply together to get to 3? Helen? And 3, right? Can I multiply anything else to get to 3? No, so 3 is a prime number. Would 4 be a prime number?
No.
Why not, Adeline? Because we could do 4 times 1, but we could also do 2 times 2 to get to 4. So because there are more factors to it, more numbers that we can multiply together to get to it, it is not a prime number. If it's not a prime number, we call it a composite number. A composite number is a number with more than 2 factors. Or it's a number that is not prime. So those prime numbers, the only way we can get to it with multiplying is to multiply itself by 1. There are lots of other numbers. Think about your fact families. Think about the multiplication facts that you're doing, your multiplication tables. Lots of numbers that we can multiply together to get to other numbers. It is a prime if it has no other way to get to it. 3 times 1 is 3. That's the only way we can get to 3, so it's prime. So this objective, you will not be able to use your calculator. Just like with our last objective, the divisibility rules, can't use a calculator. Okay, this we cannot use a calculator. You have to know how to figure it out. Adeline? I'll let you use your assignment notebook, yes. The best way to determine if a number is prime or composite is use those divisibility rules that we used in the last objective. Can I divide it by something else? So if I give you a number like 724, could you tell me right now off the top of your head, is that a prime number? Aiden? Why not, Aiden? What would be another factor? Looking at the 724, what could we say right away? It's an even number. So what would be one of the factors? If it's an even number, we know it has a factor of what? 2. We know it's divisible by 2. Not only is it divisible by 724 and 1, right? It's also divisible by 2. I don't need to check any of the other divisibility rules because I know it's divisible by 2. I can say, oh, it's composite. It's divisible by more than itself and 1. Let's try another one. Let's do 300. Right away, at the top of your head, prime or composite. What do you think, Lila? Why would it be composite, Lila? It's an even number. It has a 0 in that ones place, so we know it's divisible by 10 and 5. Even number, right? So we know right away it's divisible by multiple numbers. So it cannot be prime. $71. Emma? How do you know it's prime, Emma? If we look at, we can't just guess. We have to know that we can't divide it by anything else. We know it's an odd number, so it's not divisible by 2. 7 plus 1 is 8, not divisible by 3. Can't be divisible by 4 because it's an odd number. It's not divisible by 2. It's not divisible by 5 because there's no 5 or 0. It's not divisible by 6 because we can't divide it by 2 or 3. Not divisible by 9 because 7 plus 1 is 8. That's not divisible by 9. It doesn't have a 0 in the end of it, so it's not divisible by 10. You need to check every one because sometimes it might be divisible by 9 and we just didn't realize it. Okay, you have to check through. Make sure it's not divisible by anything. So let's scroll up here real quick. All right, the best advice is to not assume anything. Numbers that look prime may very well end up being composite. Always check those divisibility rules. Always, always check. Is it divisible by 3? Okay, that 3 can be a tricky one. 2's a little bit easier because that's an even number. But those odd numbers, check to see if it's divisible by 3. It can be tricky. So, determine if each number is prime or composite. If it is composite, explain how you know. So let's look at 75. Is 75 composite? Yes or no? Or prime or composite? Not a yes or no. Prime or composite? Sophie?
Yes.
Prime or composite?
Composite.
Composite. How do you know?
Because 1 plus 75 is 70.
That makes it prime.
And
All you have to say, you don't even have to say 5 times what? All you have to say is divisible. Divisible by 5. We know there's a 5 in the ones place, it's divisible by 5, it's composite. You don't have to say and what else. We don't even have to do that much work. Just check those divisibility rules. Look at 41. Prime or composite? James?
prime.
How do you know, James?
Because it's an odd number.
Just because it's an odd number, does it make it a prime? It doesn't. So how do we know?
Because it's
Is it divisible by 3? 4 plus 1 equals what?
3.
4 plus 1 equals what?
3.
4
Oh,
plus
5.
1 equals 5. 5 is not divisible by 3. There's not a 5 in the ones place. Okay, so if there's a 5 in the ones place, it's an odd number. So, but it can still be composite. So that's why I say, don't look at that even, not even number. 75 is not even. Check to see if it's divisible by 3. If it's not divisible by 3, it can't be divisible by 6. If it's not divisible by 3, it's not going to be divisible by 9. Okay? Anytime, any number that's divisible by 9 is also divisible by 3. So you're wanting to check those 2s, 3s, and 5s are the big ones to check. Okay? So this one is only divisible by 41 and 1. So it's prime. How are you guys feeling about this? Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs sideways? Okay. If you want to continue working on your own, you can. Let's do the next one together. 36. What do you think? Bridget?
Composite.
How do you know it would be composite, Bridget?
36 and 36. And 4 times 36 and 4 times 9.
So Bridget knows her math facts. She goes, 6 times 6 is 36, 9 times 4 is 36. Oh my goodness, there's so many. You only have to put down one. You don't have to list all the factors, okay? Just listing one factor it can be divisible by means that it is composite. So you can list more than one. You could say it's divisible by 6, by 2, by 9, by 4. You can list them all, but you only have to put one, okay? Just putting one other thing besides 36 and 1 tells us it has to be composite. Next one, 117. Composite or prime? Aiden. How do you know it's composite, Aiden? It's divisible by 9. 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 7 is 9. 9 is divisible by 9. It's also divisible by 3. Okay, we know it's divisible by multiple things. What? So you could have figured that out. I stick with the 1 through 10 divisibility rules, but if you know 13 times what would give us 117? Yeah, I'm not sure off the top of my head. I don't want to have to make myself do more work than I need to, so I'm just going to leave it at that. You're going to finish this page. It's just a one-pager today, right? Pretty sure. Remember, Khan Academy is due tomorrow. Tomorrow's Halloween. Get your con done tonight so you don't have homework tomorrow night. And answer this bottom question. Is 1 a prime number or a composite number? Explain your reasoning. If you're watching this at home, I hope you are well, and I hope to see you soon. Have a wonderful day. Don't forget to like and subscribe.